And State Dining hints at the possible opening of a new gluten-free cafeteria. Stick with us to know when this plan might go into effect.
One of the biggest players in the NBA could be getting paid big bucks from Under Armour. Stay tuned to hear how.
And the U.S. is planning to transfer money to Afghanistan 1 year after the Taliban took over.
Finally, we have the crazy story of how a shark flew into a boat, and we're ready to jump on in as TV2 News at 6 starts now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. Thank you for joining us. I'm Joshua Bailey.
And I'm Matt Carali. Tonight we start with breaking news in the federal trial of R. Kelly. The R&B star has been found guilty of 3 charges of child pornography and 3 counts of child indictment.
But the jury acquitted him on a 4th pornography count as well as conspiracy to obstruct justice charge that accused him of fixing his state child pornography trial in 2008. TV2 will update you with more details as they come. Be sure to go to kentwire.com for the latest updates.
Kent State had discussed today how it plans to improve the dining experience for students on campus.
Yes, the university spoke about the possible opening of a gluten-free cafe. Our reporter Kelsey Drennen has more.
Campus dining was the center of attention at Kent State last year with issues like raw chicken and a lack of variety for students with dietary restrictions. The closure of the gluten-free cafeteria in Prentice Hall caused many students with an intolerance to gluten to struggle to find meals. Representatives from the university's dining services department talked with TV2 about how they're trying to help students get a better experience with on-campus dining.
We have partnered with both the Humane Society of the U.S. As well as a company called lentils.org. That has an immense amount of recipes that they were able to sort of give us, for lack of a better term, and for us to adapt to start bringing in to the gluten solutions as well as the vegan station.
Students on campus have seen some positive changes to dining, but still say that more variety needs to happen for gluten-free students.
I think dining is good overall, but I would say that DI Hub has better options for gluten-free, like more variety than Eastway would.
As for a gluten-free dining hall, there has been discussion of the possible opening of a new one if space on campus allows it.
It's probably the thing that we've been talking about the most. Unfortunately, the space in which to do so is rather limited at the moment. It is certainly within our plans and certainly something that we want to do as soon as possible.
As of right now, they are unsure as to where they will put the dining hall. And if you still have concerns, dining is giving students the chance to voice their opinions with others who are hoping to see the same change.
We're starting a student ambassador program with 10 students who have all different dietary needs so that we can hear specifically what would make them more comfortable eating in our dining halls and how can we meet those needs to best serve our students.
Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Kelsey Drennen.
Kent State hosted its 2nd food truck series of the semester on Risman Plaza today. The event featured Kent Culinary Services Fork in the Road along with 2 other local restaurants.
The series takes place Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for students to get a taste of the town. TV2 caught up with the Erie Street Kitchen owner during today's event.
We appreciate being invited. We had some discussions with the folks at Kent State about kicking the door open a little bit with Aramark being gone, then being back to self-operated, and they've listened.
Kent State University announced its appointment of 3 new academic administrators. Each candidate went through a rigorous review led by the Division of Academic Affairs, Faculty, and Administration. Dr. Sonia Alamagno was selected to be the Dean of the College of Public Health. Mark Mister was appointed to be the Dean of the College of Architecture and Environmental Design, and Denise Seachrist serves as the Dean and Chief Administration Officer of the Kent State University Stark campus. All of their appointments went in effect in July 2022.
An alignment between 2 programs here on campus was announced today. Destination Kent State and Transfer Kent State will move from University College to the Division of Enrollment Management. KSU Kickoff was also affected in this decision as they will be moving to the Student of Division Affairs. In an email sent to KSU students, it has been noted that these changes will be effective starting on November 1st.
Kent State University sent an email to students, faculty, and staff inviting them to attend its inaugural anti-racism conference. The event will be held October 6th through October 7th and will feature roundtables, workshops, and arts and performance presentations addressing issues with racism. Award-winning author and professor in education at the University of Georgia, Bettina Love, will be the keynote speaker for the event. The conference will be held primarily virtual, with some exception for some events. Anyone interested in attending must register for the event online.
Hispanic Heritage Month gets underway tomorrow with this year's theme being intersectionality. Many events are being planned throughout the month all over campus. For more information on the events and the history of Hispanic Heritage Month, visit the university's website.
The Ravenna Balloon Affair is returning this Thursday for their 43rd annual event. The festival will kick off with a children's parade followed by a grand parade on Saturday at 9 a.m. Activities and events will continue throughout the entire weekend, and the hot air balloons will lift off at 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. Planners of the event said they expect clear skies and big crowds through all of the days of the festival.
Hello, Kent State and all of Portage County. I'm your weather anchor, Nuried Hurtado, for the first time this semester. Let's see what is going on in Kent right now. As for right now, we have 75 degrees. It feels the same. And we have sunny skies, a little bit of clouds here and there, but it's not a big of a deal. We have a dew point of 59 degrees, giving a humidity of 55%. The visibility is at 9 miles, and we had a wind going northwest 5 miles per hour. So as for right now, at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're gonna have a 56 degrees, partly cloudy skies. It's gonna be a little bit chilly, but it's gonna get a little bit warmer at 2 p.m. with 72 degrees. With some sunny skies, the clouds are gonna be gone. At 8 p.m. we're gonna have clear skies and 65 degrees at night, which is gonna be a chilly night. And tomorrow, partly cloudy skies in the morning. We're gonna have a high of 76 Fahrenheit and a low of 52 Fahrenheit. Winds are gonna be light and variable, so take that in mind. And the wind is gonna be south-southwest, around 10 to 20 miles per hour. That's all I have for you right now, but don't go anywhere because I have some good news for you later in the show if you're missing that nice weather. Josh.
But it's close enough. Thanks, Nuried. Report cards for schools in the state of Ohio will come out tomorrow, and they will look a little different. The Ohio Legislature passed House Bill 82 last year that will grade districts on a 1 to 5 star system instead of the A to F letter system. The last time schools were given a grade was the 2018-19 school year. As for the past 3 school years, the state believed that it was unfair to grade districts due to disruptions caused by COVID-19.
Addison Baker, a former World War II pilot and Coventry Township citizen, was laid to rest in Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia Wednesday. Baker, who was 36 years old at the time, was shot down in 1943 during the World War. He was awarded the Medal of Honor after his death for his actions during a Romanian raid in 1943. Baker's remains were eventually identified using modern forensic technologies. During his funeral service, his remains were carried with a horse-drawn cart.
In Youngstown, city police have identified the remains of a woman who has been missing for over 5 years. Youngstown PD announced that the remains belong to 29-year-old Amy Hambrick, who has been reported missing since November of 2017. Her remains were found on August 26th in a wooded area on the east side of the city. Chief of Detectives Captain Jason Simon said in a press conference Tuesday morning that they will be interviewing and re-interviewing people and conducting research to see if any more evidence can be found.
For those facing crisis in Portage County, a new service is offering a 24/7 lifeline to those in suicidal and emotional distress. It's called the 988 and is available nationwide. According to the helpline's website, people can anonymously call and text the number to get support. The new service acts as a transition of the former National Suicide Prevention Lifeline that was established in 2005.
Grocery store prices are on the rise. Keep it here to see how much they've gone up.
Funeral preparations are underway following the death of Queen Elizabeth.
The College of Public Health at Kent State University prepares students for careers in some of today's most exciting health fields. Public health professionals impact lives by monitoring clinical trials, advocating for mental health, supporting active lifestyles, and more. The College of Public Health also offers open courses for any major, including its most famous course, Zombie Outbreak. Public health students can even study abroad and are encouraged to join the Public Health Student Alliance. For more information, visit kent.edu/public health. Public health, solving our problems together.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
We might root for different teams, but we all respect the game. And we can all root for each other when we wear a mask. Mask up, America.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
At about 4:42 this morning, the officers discovered 3 children, a 7-year-old male, a 4-year-old female, and another female who was approximately 3.5 months old.
3 children who were found unconscious along the water's edge of Coney Island have been ruled homicides by the New York City Medical Examiner. Officials said the children all drowned during the incident. Police found their mother, Erin Murdy, soaking wet and barefoot on the boardwalk after a relative called 911 early Monday. NYPD said the relative was concerned that Murdy might have hurt the children. No charges have been filed.
In West Virginia, the state legislature has passed a House bill that will ban abortion with a few exceptions, those being in the case of saving a pregnant woman's life or in the case involving rape or incest. The bill now goes to the desk of Republican Governor Jim Justice, and when signed, any medical practitioner who induces an abortion that violates the law will be subject to discipline, including losing their medical license.
MyPillow CEO and Trump ally Mike Lindell was served with a grand jury subpoena by the FBI Tuesday. Lindell said he was at a drive-thru in Minnesota when agents come up to his car and presented the subpoena and asked for his phone. He initially denied the request and consulted his attorney, but ended up giving the agents his device. It's reportedly linked to an investigation into a Colorado election security breach during the 2020 election. The U.S. is setting up a fund that could transfer $3.5 billion to Afghanistan. The new fund could eventually put billions of dollars in the country to support economic stability.
The White House announced Wednesday that the U.S. and Switzerland are in the process of creating the fund from frozen Afghan money. However, U.S. officials said they won't release the money anytime soon because they don't trust the Taliban to guarantee the funds will benefit the Afghan people.
Grocery prices are on the rise once again. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, food prices shot up 11.4% in the past year, the highest increase since 1979. Everything from eggs and flour to milk and meat will now cost more, and economists are saying it's not just because of inflation. They say prices are also affected by global events like the war in Ukraine, which affect the cost of wheat and other things we buy.
President Biden announced today the U.S. is planning to spend $900 million on electric vehicle charging stations. The money will come from the new bipartisan infrastructure bill and will also provide charging stations that will span more than 53,000 miles along the highway system. The White House says the investment will create more jobs, help climate change, and lead the U.S. to its future of electric vehicles.
And the mosquito wildfire in Northern California is continuing to spread. The fire has burned through nearly 49,000 acres of land and has destroyed at least 25 homes since it sparked on September 6th. It is currently 16% contained, but fire officials say strong southwest winds Tuesday could make it worse. More than 11,000 people in the region have already been ordered to evacuate.
Welcome back. I have the rest of your weather forecast for the week with some great news for those that are missing a warmer weather and the sunlight after a weekend with rain and clouds. Let's see right now. On Northeast Ohio, we have 74 in Kent and Ashtabula, 73 in Cleveland and Canton, 77 the highest temperature for today in Northeast Ohio is on Sandusky, and 75 on Mansfield following that. We have 73 in Youngstown and 74 as well in Worcester. Zooming out to our whole state, we have 80 degrees in Dayton, the highest temperature in the whole state, following with Cincinnati at 78, Lima at 77, Columbus and Akron at 76, and Steubenville and Athens at 74. For our 7-day forecast, if you got tired of the rain and the clouds, well, good news, we're gonna have sunny skies and partly cloudy days around the corner. Our highest temperature is gonna be 80 on Friday, but on the weekend it's gonna be around 82. So that's gonna be good for the football people that are excited about that football game. On Monday, however, we're gonna have a mostly cloudy day, and Tuesday and Wednesday we're gonna have those sunny days back again. That's all I have for you today. Enjoy those partly clear skies, and remember that the sun after the rain is more beautiful. I'll see you next Wednesday.
Nuried, thanks again. We now take things to an England in mourning as Queen Elizabeth II's coffin is now in London's Westminster Hall. The line to see Her Majesty's casket stretched nearly 2.9 miles that ended near London Bridge. Members of the royal family such as King George III, Prince William, and Prince Harry walked behind the coffin during the procession route earlier today. The state funeral for Queen Elizabeth will take place on Monday.
And sticking with the Queen, Russia's President Vladimir Putin was not invited to her funeral over this recent invasion of Ukraine. In response to the news, Russian government officials said Putin never planned to attend the Queen's funeral in the first place. Hundreds of other world leaders, including U.S. President Joe Biden, are expected to attend the funeral on Monday.
In sports, NBA superstar Stephen Curry is close to signing a near lifetime deal with Under Armour that is worth more than $1 billion. It didn't come without some bumps in the road with the two-time NBA MVP and Under Armour founder Kevin Plank, however, as he was close to leaving the company in 2018 before Under Armour separated Curry's brand, similar to what Nike did with Michael Jordan's brand. Curry is coming off his 4th NBA championship with the Golden State Warriors.
Stay tuned after the break to find out if the Guardians were able to keep their win streak going.
A dinosaur fossil is up for grabs in Paris. Find out how much it will cost ahead.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Good evening, Portage County. I am Brady Hamilton, and let's start off with checking in on some former Kent football players. Kent State alums Dustin Crum and Nykeem Johnson are making their way to the CFL. Crum was signed by the Ottawa Redblacks after a short stint with the Kansas City Chiefs, who cut him after training camp. Crum won the Vern Smith Leadership Award as MAC Player of the Year in his senior year at Kent State. Nykeem Johnson was signed by the BC Lions after a one-year career with the Flashes following his graduate transfer from the Syracuse. The former quarterback and wide receiver duo at Kent State both find separate homes in the CFL and look to push their professional football careers to the next level. And we're going to Cleveland as the Guardians are going for the sweep this afternoon. And here is Oscar Gonzalez, who keeps his hot streak going with a bomb to the bleachers in the second inning as the Guardians go up 1-0. But the Angels are responding here in the fifth. And here is Mike Trout, who hits it into the perfect spot to help extend the Angels' lead to 3-1. Tyler Freeman up to bat here in the seventh. And he hits a deep fly ball into the left field corner. And Andreas will show off his speed here as he goes from first to home, and the Guardians will rally and tie the game up at 3. And this is the guy that you want at the plate at the right time. And he shows why here as Jose hits an absolute bomb to right and gives the Guardians a 5-3 lead late in the game. And Karinchak coming out in the ninth. And he gets forward to ground out to Owen Miller here at first base to end the game. And the Guardians will go on to sweep the Angels and win their 6th in a row. And here's a look at the MLB playoffs. If they started today, you got the Mariners traveling to Cleveland in the first round of the wild card, along with the Rays going to Toronto. And then in the National League, you have the Padres going to St. Louis and the Phillies going to Atlanta. And in the NL, the Dodgers also already clinched the NL West for the 9th time in their last 10 years. And that is all I have for you tonight. I am Brady Hamilton. And make sure to tune in at the same time next week for more sports coverage.
Thank you, Brady. When we come back, a shark jumped into a boat in Maine. We have the story coming up after these messages.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
If you can sit with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. Living seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. And make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
A 150-million-year-old dinosaur skeleton will be up for auction next month in Paris. This 11-foot-long and 4-foot-tall fossilized iguanodon skeleton named Zephyr is expected to go for about $500,000. The skeleton was found on Private Island in Colorado in 2019. The iguanodon was herbivorous species and is named for its teeth, which are like those of modern iguanodon. The bidding is scheduled for October 20th.
Finally tonight, off the coast of Maine, a fishing trip turned surreal when a shark jumped into the boat. Here's CNN's Jeremy Roth with Take a Look at This.
I've heard of things jumping the shark, but apparently in coastal Maine, a shark jump you. At least that's what happened to charter skipper David Sinclair and his grandson Cameron when they hooked a mako shark on a fishing trip. The already surreal encounter turned wild when the fighting fish suddenly took flight.
It jumped 4 times before it got to the boat, and the next thing we knew, he fell out of the sky and landed in the boat.
All of a sudden, here he is, right here in my face, and he hits me with his tail right on my left cheek, and then he lands probably 3 feet from my right foot.
Despite the in-your-face twist of fate, everybody was okay, and they quickly scrambled to restrain the shark, then took measurements, tagged it, and returned it to the sea, keeping only one whale of a shark tail to tell.
Ooh, okay, so here's the age-old question. If that were to happen to you, what would you do? Would you run away? Would you kind of like punch it in the face? What are you going to do?
I think that's really scary. I don't know.
It definitely is.
Like, I don't know what should I do. Like, probably punching is not an option, but like, I don't know how would I react actually.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I honestly wouldn't know either. Josh, what about you?
I'd probably jump off the boat.
You probably jump. They know that's safe. That's a safe bet for everyone at home. If you're in this situation, jumping off the boat's a really safe bet. Take it from my man Josh here. Brady, what about you?
I'd probably just run away. Let someone else handle it.
That's also safe too. We're very safe and cautious here at TV2 News. And how about that Jurassic Dino story? Huh?
That was
150 years old?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Man. Yeah, that's insane. And Brady, I want to talk to you about sports. The Guardians. What were they? 6 in a row? You said?
Yes, 6
That's
wins in a
insane.
row.
How about that for our boys up in Cleveland?
Oh yeah, another sweep.
No doubt about it. And Nuried, you were talking about the weather. 81 degrees is the high on Saturday.
82 is gonna be the highest
82.
that day. So the home game that we have this weekend is gonna be awesome.
No doubt about it. I was gonna say y'all better get out there and support because it's gonna be nice weather. It's gonna be a great game.
All right, well that is all we have for you today.
Thank you for joining us.
For updates on all these stories and more, visit our website.
And our social media platforms at KentWire. I am Brady Hamilton.
I'm Nuried Hurtado.
I'm Matt Corrali.
And I'm Joshua Bailey. Have a great and safe night, Portage County.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.